Hello students. So in the previous class we have studied the various characteristic feature of the phylum Arthropoda, and Arthropoda is very important in the examination. 5-mark question is going to be asked. So you have to write, suppose if they asked salient features means you have to write the unique characters which is not all going to be found in any phylum. For example, jointed legs, and even we have to see that the respiration, how it is taking place, book lungs, that what we have discussed, and then we have seen that the excretion also takes place by means of the Malpighian tubules. So these are the specialized characters. Apart from that, thoracic region, abdomen region, head region is also going to be differentiated, but the important factor is body is normally head and thorax regions are fused. That is, the condition is called as an cephalothorax anta heliddu. So in the previous class we have studied those characters, the important characters also we have completed. Along with that, we have also studied the examples, economic importance of the insects, 3 kinds of the insects that what we have observed. Adar jotege, along with that, the limulus or the king crab, living fossil, that what we have studied. Gregarious pest also we have completed. So in this manner, in the previous class, whatever we have completed, that is the single largest phylum in the animal kingdom. So enormous amount of the organisms it is going to be exist in the Arthropoda. Right. Now continuation of that. Now today we are going to observe that the next phylum, that is the phylum Mollusca. Phylum Mollusca. Continuation of that, we are observing the phylum Mollusca. So now, as far as the molluscans characters are considered, now we are moving toward the higher animals. That is the modalai character, the first character we have to write, the phylum Mollusca. As right from the porifera we are going to write, that is we are writing, that is soft-bodied animals, jointed legs. Poriferadalli ಏನೋದಿದ್ರು first character, these are the pore-bearing animals. Coelenterata gastrovascular cavity, Ctenophora, what we have completed. So these are normally called as the comb jellies or the sea walnut. And Platyhelminthes we have studied that flatworms. Ascalementhes are called as roundworms. Annelidans are called as segmented worms. Like Arthropoda also we have completed that the jointed legs. Now whatever we are studying the mollusca and echinodermata, only 2 are left in the invertebrate. That is the molluscans, the first character we have tried that these are soft-bodied animals. These are soft-bodied animals. Soft-bodied animals means you come to know that the animals are normally having the soft body. So in this way there is a meaning of the phylum. And now second character is habitat. The habitat we have to observe that these are aquatic and terrestrial also. Some of the animals they are showing the terrestrial characters. Snails are there, you can see that they are exhibiting the terrestrial character. Terrestrial andre illi not the dry regions, the moist regions it is going to be found. Aquatic andre marine as well as the fresh water. Fresh water is also there. That is Unio, whatever we are observing that. Unio anta one example is this is considered it as freshwater mussel anta kuda karitu. Unio it is considered as a freshwater mussel. Andre, it is the example which is going to be observed in the freshwater. Rest all the animals it is normally found in the marine. The majority of the molluscans are marine form. Very few are the freshwater. Among them Unio is there. And terrestrial, that is the snails, that what we are observing normally the terrestrial. Now third character we have observed that already, what we are going to write, same thing. These are triploblastic, comma, what kind of symmetry is there? Bilateral symmetry. Triploblastic, bilateral symmetry. And next we have to write eucoelomate. Now An important character what we are going to be observed here is triploblastic is there, right from the platyhelminthes we are studying, bilateral symmetry is also there, right from the platyhelminthes we have studied, but here it has been changed. Only ಏನು ಬರೆದಿದ್ದು platyhelminthes ನಲ್ಲಿ acylomate. Next we have observed that the pseudocoelomate. In the ascalmanthus we have studied that pseudocoelomate. Ascalmanthus ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ next annelids. In the case of annelida we have started the eucoelomate. Annelida, arthropoda, mollusca, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ right from that all are having true body cavity or true coelom ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು. Okay, next what we have studied in the annelida extra character. Annelida ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವೇನು ನೋಡಿದೆವು metamerically segmented animals ಅಂತ ಓದಿದ್ದೆವು. Continuation of that in the case of arthropod also segmented animals. ಹೌದಾ? In the case of arthropod also we have studied that segmented, but here it is different. This character is different. You can see that these are triploblastic, bilaterally symmetrical, eucoelomate, comma, unsegmented. This is the unique character. Segmentation is not going to be found. That is the unique characteristic. Ivella bandru lasting now unsegmented andre that is the molluscan character. Unsegmented with organ system grade of organization. With organ system grade of organization. Organ system grade of organization. This is an important feature. You are going to observe that organ system grade of organization. Right? Next, fourth one. Unsegmented is the unique character that what we have seen that. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನು ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅಂದರೆ soft bodied animals is the unique character, unsegmented one. Next character is, now we are moving toward the molluscan character. Body is divisible into head, comma, head, muscular foot, comma, visceral hump ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. Body is normally divisible into head, muscular foot and the visceral hump. So now here we have to observe that yesterday what we have studied, that is in the previous video we have studied the arthropodal character. Body is divisible into head, thorax and abdomen. So in the similar manner here shape of the body is supposed to be changed. That what we are saying, it has a head, muscular foot and the visceral hump. So head is normally found the anterior region what we are observing that, and the muscular foot is there. Muscular foot, earlier class also we have studied some of the setae is there, parapodia are there, these are the muscular extensions are going to be found. Here also muscular foot andre normally the muscles are going to be in the extended form. This is a very important part what we are saying that during the time of the danger or whenever animal feels, suppose the enemy comes, you can see that, so immediately it can withdraw the muscular foot inside, and suppose if it wants to move from one place to another place, so it is going to be normally stretching the muscles outside. So that is what we are saying, it has a muscular foot anta karidu. Then we can observe that the visceral hump region is going to be found. Yav thara irutte structurally you can observe that the structure we can see that it is like this manner, a muscular foot like this. Muscular foot, and there is a raised part what we are observing. This raised part is considered as an hump region anta karitivi. The raised part we are saying it as an hump. So now hump anta nimage gottide. Visceral hump anta why we have normally observed andre, this is the region where internal organs are located. This is the region where the internal organs are located. That is why it is considered as an visceral hump region ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಶೆಲ್ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಈ ತರ ಬಂದಿರ್ತದೆ. This is considered as an hump region. In this hump region we are saying that the normally internal organs are located. ಒಳಗಡೆ various internal organs like kidney irಬಹುದು and all those things, you can see that all are located in this region. That is why it is considered as an visceral hump. Right, body is divisible into head, muscular foot and the visceral hump. So next we are moving towards fifth character. Now what will happen? A soft layer of the skin develops over the visceral hump. A soft layer of skin, a soft layer of skin develops over the hump called mantle. So now mantle is nothing but mantle anta ಒಂದು soft layer formation ಆಗ್ತದೆ. So now here you can see that this is the hump region. The hump region, what we are saying that this is the hump region. In this hump region is the anterior part of the body, what we are saying that. So now this is the hump region. A soft layer of the skin is going to be formed in the hump region. The surface region of the hump or the over the hump, you can see that ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ನಾವೇನು ವಿಸರಲ್ ಆರ್ಗನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವೋ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಆನ್ ದಟ್ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ದಟ್ ಎ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ಲೇಯರ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಡ್ ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ಪಾಂಜಿ ಲೇಯರ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಡ್. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಪೋಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಂಟಲ್. ಮ್ಯಾಂಟಲ್, ಸೊ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಮ್ಯಾಂಟಲ್ ವಿಚ್ secretes shell. So they are going to be normally found or produced in the shell, which secrete the shell. That is the mantle, what we are saying that. Right, next is, now you know about the shelled animals anta gottide. ಶಂಖ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬಹುದು ಮೊಲಸ್ಕನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ. ಯು ಕಮ್ ಟು ನೋ ದಟ್. ಹೌದಾ, ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಒಂದು ಶೆಲ್ ಅಥವಾ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಕವರಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಫೌಂಡ್. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಸೀಶೋರ್. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ದಟ್ ಹೌದಾ, ನಾವು ಯಾವಾಗ ಸೀಶೋರಿಗೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. ದ ಶೆಲ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ಡ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಮ್ಯಾಂಟಲ್ ರೀಜನ್. ದಿಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ದಟ್ ಆಸ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ಡ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಿಸ್. ಹೌದಾ, ಇದು ಹಂಪ್ ರೀಜನ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಹಿಯರ್ ಮ್ಯಾಂಟಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಫೌಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ರೀಜನ್. ಎ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ಲೇಯರ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲಿ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಕವರಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಬಾಡಿ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್, ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಸಿಯಂ ಕಾರ್ಬೋನೇಟ್. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಅನ್, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮ್ಯಾಂಟಲ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಮ್ಯಾಂಟಲ್ ವಿಚ್ ಸೆಕ್ರೇಟ್ ದ ಶೆಲ್. ದ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದ ಹಂಪ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಮ್ಯಾಂಟಲ್, the space between the hump and the mantle is called as mantle cavity. Howda? Next character, if you want, you can write down here the space between the space between the space between the hump and the mantle is called mantle cavity. The space between the hump and the mantle is called as a mantle cavity. Rest an important ಇದೆ. So what we are saying that the space between the hump and mantle is called as a mantle cavity. So now a cavity ಒಳಗಡೆ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡೋಣ. So once again I am drawing about the hump region and this is considered as an normally a mantle region. So now this is the ಅಂದರೆ the hollow portion is supposed to be considered as an mantle cavity. So in this cavity even you can observe that the gills are going to be found. Gills are going to be found in the mantle cavity. Cavity andre the space. A gills andre now we can observe what is the main function of the gills andre gills are mainly for respiration. And here respiration and excretion both are normally performed by gills only. So now mantle cavity andrenu, the cavity which is going to be found in between the hump as well as the mantle is called as mantle cavity. So in that cavity we can observe that the gills are present. The gill main function is they are responsible for the respiration as well as excretion, right? So now here we have to write the cavity contain gills. The cavity contain gills called gills. The cavity contain gills helps in excretion and respiration. Excretion and respiration. So here mantle we secrete the shell, we have to write in this region, right? Excretion and respiration. Now last one we can see that the 8th character we have to observe that the illi unique features andre now respiration ಈಗ Open kind of circulate system is going to be found, that is the arthropoda open ide. Here also open type of circulate system is going to be found. The important feature is molluscans are normally possessing an respiratory pigment. One character which is not going to be found in the textbook also. So molluscans, this one important character ide. Molluscans contain respiratory pigment called hemocyanin, which is normally copper base. Istey one nelpidri, it is to be helpful for you. So now respiratory pigment namma hatra enide hemoglobin ide, but now here hemocyanin, a blue color pigment it is going to be found here, that is a copper base. Bluish color is going to be found. The copper base color it is going to be found. This is an important character we are going to be observed. Ninth one we have to see that. Very important we are going to see. So now sexes are separate. Fertilization is external. Sexes are separate, fertilization is external. So now development is indirect. The last 10th character we have tried. Mouth contain a rasping organ called radula. Mouth contain a rasping organ called radula. So here we have to see that the radula is the unique character, and next we have to see that the hemocyanin is the unique character. Mantle cavity is also the characteristic feature. You can see that last one you can see that the visceral hump, muscular foot, ivella enive unique features it is going to be found in the case of the molluscans. So now here we have to see that ಈಗ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು example ನೋಡಿರಬಹುದು. Sexes are separate and fertilization is external, development is indirect, with larval stages are going to be found. Mouth contain a rasping organ called radula. So this rasping organ, which is normally meant for mastication work, radula andre small teeth like structures, it is going to be found here. The mastication purpose it is going to be found here, that is radula, which is normally meant for mastication work in the case of the molluscs. So apart from that, even we can see that the protective measures are also going to be found. Why I told you that shell is going to be found, andre calcium carbonate is going to be found. Because of that the enemy cannot be identified. Yavadadru enemy bantu andre suddenly you can observe that the sensory organs are also present. Sensory organs are also going to be found here, and they are sensitive also. ಈಗ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ molluscans are specific ಆಗಿ these are the characters we have to study. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ molluscans are normally ಅಂದರೆ shelled animals, they are having two valves. Some of the animals are showing the two valves called as bivalve. Some of the animals are normally found the univalve ಅಂತ ಕೂಡ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಈಗ for example you can see that so now this one animal is going to be found. I am showing you that this is an animal. So now the animal is going to be found here. They are going to construct a hard calcareous material that is called as a shell, because inside mantle is going to be found. A mantle ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ, they secrete the hard covering. If the animal contains single shell, that is called as univalve. If the animal contains two shells, both upper and the lower surface, is called as bivalve ಅಂತ ಕೂಡ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. Right? So this is what the animal is going to be bearing. ಕೆಲವು animals ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತವೆ, some of the animals ಈಗ octopus ಇದೆ, they are not bearing the shells. Powerful arms are also going to be found. Powerful arms are there. With the help of the arms they are going to be make the protection of their bone. And sepia is also there, loligo is also there. You can see that they are normally releasing the very important feature is they are going to be found. They are normally liberating certain important glands are going to be found, they are called as the oil gland anta karitu. So now this is andre this gland is normally athwa ink gland, they are going to be found and they are responsible for releasing a certain or emitting certain ink like fluid in the water bodies whenever the animal is feeling danger. When they are releasing, you can see that at that particular region smoke like screen is going to be identified. When the smoke like screen is identified means usually what will happen, till the entire environment is clear, the animal is going to be escape from that region. So like that the protective measures are going to be found in the sepia or the loligo, sepia anta kuda bartave. So here andre octopus, it is normally called as a devil fish. Nodli kanjig bartane devil fish anta karitu. That does not having the shell. Auk shell nalnagilla, powerful arms are there. One the octo anta vante 8 arms irtave adralli. So remaining characters are going to be found similar in this region. Houda? So these are the characteristic features that what we have observed in the case of the molluscans. ಈಗ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಯುನಿವಾಲ್ ಬೈವಾಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ. Even muscular foot, you can see that muscular foot andaga. So what will happen whenever the animal wanted to move from one place to another place, what will happen here? They are normally releasing the legs. That legs are derived from the muscles only, adike muscular foot anta kariತೀವಿ. So the movement is taking place. These legs are sensitive. Sensory organs are going to be located, so that what will happen whenever enemy comes means suddenly they are going to be withdraw inside the shell. So in this way protection from the enemies is going to be taking place. So these are the characters. Now we have to write the examples. Examples so many are there. Houda? Sepia, loligo anta bartave. Houda? Octopus is also there. Houda? Dentalium is there. Houda? So in this way Pinctada, so these are the examples. Still other examples are also there. We have tried from the textbook also. The main examples what we have seen, Paila anta bartave. Unio is also there, like this. Several examples are going to be found. Snail anta kuda bartave. So all these normally the examples what we are going to be found. So apart from this, we can see that one more iga tusk shell, dentalium anta kuda karitu, hard it is going to be found. So now iga Pinctada andre pearl oyster. Pinctada is nothing but the pearl oyster. As you already heard about the pearls, muttu, how it is going to be occurring andre, so it is from mollusk itself. How the pearls are going to be occurred, moti anta namagu gottirabodu, muttin sara hakutevu. And now we can see that even they are costly also. Unpolished one which is costly. So now here you can see that how the development is taking place. Very simple. You can see that this is a hump region. A hump region ಕೆಳಗಡೆ mantle ಇರುತ್ತೆ. This is the mantle or the skin thin layer ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ. This is responsible for the secreting the hard shell. So now ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, whenever the animals are present in the water itself, sea ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ, so what will happen here, when the water current enters, automatically what will happen here, enter ಆದಾಗ sometimes a small sand particles are going to be attached to the mantle. Stones agirbodu, sand particles enadru, suppose if it is found in the mantle region, is mantle is secreting the hard calcareous shell. So along with this, adar jotige andre already they are constructing, along with this they start constructing the hard calcareous material. ಈ hard calcareous material ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. So that what will happen later on, we are extracting from that. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು? So mantle ಒಳಗಡೆ ಅಥವಾ mantle region ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ sand particles ಏನಾದ್ರು ಅಥವಾ stones it is going to be deposited, means they start constructing the hard material on the sand particle also. That is called as pearl. You have to remember that this is called as pearl. ಅದನ್ನೇ pearl ನಾವು ತಗೊಂಡು for the normally you can say that commercial purpose it is going to be utilized. Followed? Right. This is costly. Pearl oyster anta ನಾವು ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Right. These are the general characteristics of phylum Mollusca. Now we are moving toward the next region, that is the last phylum, Echinodermata. We are moving toward the next part, that is the Echinodermata. Echinodermata, we can see that now these are spiny skinned animals. Spiny skinned animals. Meaning of the phylum we have to write Echinodermata, that is the last phylum. We are going to observe that the spiny skinned animals. Now yakandre derma andre skin, the spiny skinned animals, you can see that echinis andre normally spine. These are spiny skinned animals, this is the name. Now we can see that ಈಗ ಎರಡನೇ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಹ್ಯಾಬಿಟೇಟ್. ಹ್ಯಾಬಿಟೇಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸಿ ದಟ್ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲೂಸಿವ್ಲಿ ಮರೈನ್. These are exclusively marine. Exclusively marine, ನೋಡ್ರಿ. Earlier we have said that some are aquatic, some are terrestrial, some are moist soil, like that we have written. But now here exclusively marine ಅಂದ್ರೆ Echinodermata are present only in the marine ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. They are present only in the marine. One more phylum is there where we have written this character. ಒಂದು ಫೈಲಮ್ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿದ್ದು, ಟೋಟಲ್ 9 ಫೈಲಮ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಫೈಲಮ್ ಇದೆ, that is the exclusively marine. Can you guess which one is? That is Ctenophora. Ctenophora also we have written that the exclusively marine. Remaining all are same, whatever we have observed that the organ system, grade of organization and all those things, not necessary to write at present. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ದ ಯುನಿಕ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ದಟ್. ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಬರೀ ಟ್ರಿಪ್ಲೋಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದೋಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು ದ ಎನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಬಿಟಿಂಗ್ ಟೂ ಕೈಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಿಮೆಟ್ರಿ. The animals are exhibiting in their lifetime two kinds of symmetry they are going to be found. Why? Because in the larval form they are showing bilateral symmetry. In the adult form they are showing the radial symmetry. Right? So now the animals are ನಾನು ಬ್ರಾಕೆಟ್ ನ ಬರೀತೀನಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. These are biradial symmetry. So biradial symmetry andre larval stage shows bilateral symmetry. Next, continuation of that, larval stage shows bilateral symmetry. Adult stage shows biradial. Adult stage shows radial symmetry. Meaning I have written here, such a kind of symmetry is called as biradial symmetry. So I am telling you in a different manner, you can observe that the illi ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ change ಇದೆ, book ನಲ್ಲಿ biradial symmetry ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ. So larval stage shows bilateral symmetry, adult stage shows radial symmetry. Such a symmetry is called as biradial symmetry. This is a unique characteristic feature of the Echinodermata. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ earlier we have said that larval stage is also there, ಹೌದಾ? But now here larva is, now we can observe that the completely different ಅಂದ್ರೆ free swimming larva is there. ಅದರದ್ದು ಪಾಡಿಗೆ ಅದು ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, larval stage is completely different. You can see that they are showing complete different symmetry. ಅದನ್ನೇ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾದಾಗ now you can see that they are showing the radial symmetry. Such a kind of symmetry is called as biradial symmetry ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. ಇದು ಕೂಡ 1 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬರಬಹುದು. biradial symmetry ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು ಸಿಮೆಟ್ರಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತದೆ. ಇದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕಲಿ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಹೌದಾ? ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ವಿ ನಾವು ಇಂಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಲಾರ್ವಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್, ಹೌದಾ? ಈ ಲಾರ್ವಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಅಂತ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಸೊ ನಾವು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಈಗ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಸ್ಪೈನಿ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ ಯೂನಿಕ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲೂಸಿವ್ಲಿ ಮರೈನ್ ದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಬೇರೆ ಬರೆಯೋದೇ ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಸಾಯಿಲ್ ಮಾಯ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸಾಯಿಲ್ ಅಂತ ಬರೆಯೋಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನಾವು ಎಕ್ವಾಟಿಕ್ ಫ್ರೆಶ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲೂಸಿವ್ಲಿ ಮರೈನ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ biradial symmetry. Next, fourth one, if you want you can write down all the system, grade of organization and all those things, ಹೌದಾ? ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ರೇಡಿಯಲ್ ಸಿಮೆಟ್ರಿ ಬರೆದೇವೆ ನಾವು, ಬೈಲ್ಯಾಟ್ರಲ್ ಸಿಮೆಟ್ರಿ ಬರೀಬಾರ್ದು. triploblastic, biradial symmetry also we have to write, and organ system grade of organization, that what we are going to be write also. ಒಂದು ಬೈರೇಡಿಯಲ್ ಬರ್ದೇವೆ ನಾವು, ಹೌದಾ? ಟ್ರಿಪ್ಲೋಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಒಂದೇ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ, ದಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ದಟ್ ವಿತ್ ಆರ್ಗನ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಗ್ರೇಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಈಗೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಇನ್ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ, ಆಲ್ ಆರ್ ಆರ್ಗನ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಗ್ರೇಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್. Followed all of you? Right. So now what we have studied today, three characters nodo ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಟಿರಿ. In the next video I will continue that along with the examples ನೋಡಿ. Next we are moving toward the again that hemichordata and all those. Followed. So in this way we are going to be complete with this, the three characters, mollusk and the echinodermata. Followed. Molluscan part yesterday only we have complete, that is the arthropoda we have completed in the yesterday. Molluscans and part of the echinodermata we have completed. So now next class nalli remaining part of the that is characteristic of the echinodermata and the hemichordata we are going to study. Okay, read out once and then write down the characters also. Okay, have a nice day.